everyone, welcome back to the British Boxing Blog podcast. Delighted to be joined by Sonny Taylor, 5-0 cruiserweight from Hull. Sonny, how are you doing, mate?
Not too bad, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, good, thank you. Spot on, mate.
Good,
Cheers.
good.
As I've just been saying to you there before we started recording, there you've had a busy few weeks. More or less living, training out in Morecambe. You know, you're commuting every day basically.
Yeah. It's miles on the motorway, like.
Yeah. Is that how's that been then? How's sparring Joseph Parker been?
Oh, it's been amazing, to be fair, mate. Because he's one of my favourite boxers. So I've been watching him for years now, and then the 1 minute you watch him, and the next you sort of in the ring with him sparring. So it's been a real dream. Do you know what I mean?
Can you tell like he's like class? You know when you're stepping in with him. Is it little things he does, or is it like, you know?
Yeah, it's very clever. And obviously he's got Andy Lee in his corner now as well, and he's like a boxing genius, isn't he? So it's just got him doing some real amazing stuff boxing wise, and watching him, when I've watched him on TV and stuff, I haven't really taken note, but now I've been in there to spar with him. He's done stuff, and I've been like blown away by it. Do you know what I mean?
How does that come about then? Like who like arranges that? Is that like his team get in touch with your team and just say like?
For this one, I'd seen it started training in the UK. So I'd said to Seb, my coach, I was like, "Oh, it'd be class if we get some sparring with him." And he was like, "Oh, I might be able to sort it." So Seb's got in touch with a fella called Jimmy James Harrington, and they've got us down there. Obviously, the first one was like a trial, and they said,
Yeah.
"Oh, if the sparring's good, like we'll get you back down." And luckily, they've had us back down a few times. Been there 3-4 weeks now.
Do you get nervous for that? Or is that a daft question? Like, or do you get more nervous than like a fight night?
You know what? You don't get nervous, obviously, but you find when you're sparring with someone who's obviously leagues above me, like experience-wise, it kind of takes the edge off, because you think, well, however well I do here, he's supposed to be. But I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
No.
So there's no pressure, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's aye. So did you do a bit moving around with Tyson Fury as well, or was that?
Done around with him as well. The Gypsy King. That was wild. That. When I first gone in, walked to the gym, I went, "You see that cruiserweight there? He's getting it." I was like, "Oh, great."
Is that just his way of like making you like relax type of thing, or like a bit of
I think so. He's a real funny character. He's always like cracking jokes and what have you. And obviously he talks a lot of sense. He was giving us advice, but when he speaks, you listen. But yeah, he made us feel real welcome, and then obviously jumping in to do a run with him at the end, it was, you don't get them opportunities often. I mean,
you're back down there tomorrow. Is that what you're saying there?
Yeah, tomorrow I'm back down there, setting off for about 1ish.
Good man. Good stuff. So anyway, going back to your career, like we were saying, 5-0, three stoppages on there as well. You're just building up some good momentum, I guess, before COVID hit. Just looking down your record, it was 4 fights in 2019. You managed to sneak one in before the COVID kicked in, like last March. So then you got one in February, and then bang. Do you know what I mean? Like many boxers, it sort of stopped you in your tracks a bit. Do you know what I mean? How's that been? How's the last year been?
Been frustrating, but it's one of them, isn't it? It's the same for a lot of the smaller lads. But I was building up some real good momentum, and building a buzz in the city. And like you say, boom, it was over. COVID came about and stopped everything. But I've still been training. I've still been learning stuff, and I'm really excited to get going again, because I've got a lot more to show everyone now. Whereas before I was just training for fights, getting fit, staying in shape. Whereas now I've actually had the chance to pick new tricks up and what have you. So when the train gets rolling again, I think everyone will be jumping on board.
Are you hopeful to get? I know can't look too far ahead, but are you hopeful to get something in this year or in the next few months?
Yeah, fingers crossed for summer. There's a few things in the works. Like I've just got to wait for some sort of confirmation.
Yeah.
But we're looking at summertime. If not, definitely later in the year. But if I aim for summer and I'm ready for them, I'll just stay ready then.
Are you a fighter that always stays ready, Sonny? Or are you like, can you?
I'm always in the gym. I'm always in the gym. I'm always training. I I am much of a drinker. I do like my food, so I do put on a little bit of weight, but not too much. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm always in the gym and I'm always training. In all, there's not much alternative. Do you know what I mean?
How is Hull and how is boxing in the city at the minute? Obviously, you know,
there's a few lads coming through. Obviously, we had Luke Campbell and we had Tommy Coyle and Samir. And them three were like the ones everyone was watching. And, you know, Luke's on the world level, Tommy's retired, Samir's retired. So there's like a sort of gap in the market for young lads to come through. And that's what I'm aiming to do, really. Sort of jump on that, build up a new buzz in the city. But there's a couple of us going at the moment.
That's it. We experience similar things up here, in Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? Like you have your highs and you know matchroom come up, and like I used to go Hull loads to watch Tommy Coyle and Luke Campbell and stuff, because it was when there was nothing going on up here. It was like probably the closest to us. Do you know what I mean? Like just then they retire or move to world level and stuff. Then you see that gap. Do you know what I mean? And we get it a bit up here, and like it creates new opportunities, I guess, for fighters like yourselves. You know,
definitely
to fill that gap. But how much of an inspiration was he? Was Tommy Coyle and obviously Luke Campbell as well, but like Tommy Coyle, you like associate him with Hull. Do you know what I mean? Like a proper Hull.
Yeah, well, you look at sort of the support these guys had and the shows that was on, and Tommy Coyle was a VIP fighter just like myself, so he's kind of like paved the way, you know, set a blueprint for us all, and we've all got to sort of like emulate that, get the same sort of support he had. And hopefully have a career just like them lot have had, really. So yeah, it's showing us the way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And always in good fights and all, wasn't he? It wasn't even a fight, was he?
Yeah, some barnstormers, weren't they?
You mentioned there about being a VIP fighter. That's obviously Steve Wood, I think, for people that don't know. Yeah, and he's your manager, yeah, is that right?
Yeah, and he's a good manager as well. You know, he's looked after us. So
yeah, you're definitely one of the best places. Yeah, you're in a good place there for sure, definitely. So when like we said before, 5-0, 3 stoppages on the record. I think these days, you get a lot of prospects. Obviously, we get them up here and stuff. But you stopping people and stopping 3 of the 5, then it makes you stand out a bit more. Do you know what I mean? Like nobody really wants a cruiser that is just going to go points all the time. And like people want a bit of excitement, especially when they're watching against sort of journeymen and different things, like you want to sort of stand out. Do you think your power helps you do that?
Yeah, and like it's the method behind it as well. I've got a real good shot selection, because a lot of these journeymen, what they'll do is they'll shut up shop, and once they feel your power, they don't want to know. Then they'll start legging it, covering up. So then you got to mix it up a bit, and I like to think I do that. I pick the right shots at the right times, and I ain't frightened of going into the heat either. So I'd say I'm an exciting style to watch, and like you say, I've got the power, and it's the shot selections that do it though. I think they're the ones that end up stopping them.
You had a bit of an unconventional route, didn't you, in the sport? Like you didn't massively have that amateur background. You sort of reading up about you and stuff without like going too far into it. You obviously bit of a couple of brushes with the law and stuff like that, bit of a rebellious years and stuff, you know what I mean? And you found your way to the Vulcan Boxing Club and that. And is it just that classic story of like boxing turning around a young kid's life who was maybe going a bit off the rails type of thing?
Yeah, hey look, it's boxing, isn't it? Everyone I've talked to in boxing has got a similar sort.
Yeah, absolutely.
What it is on kids on the estate. If you're no good at team sports, you end up going into boxing, and that's what I've done. And it shows you that it's discipline, stuff like that. If you're training all the time, you've got no time for other stuff, and it really does set you on the right path. And that's all it is I boxed as a junior, took some time out, made some wrong decisions, and then fated have it, I landed back in the boxing gym.
And how is it down there? How is it at Vulcan? Obviously, reading up about it, it seems like quite a mad little place. Like it's a bit everything under one roof type of thing, and
it's wild. Yeah, everything goes on. It's good. Yeah, it's a bit of an home away from home. Do you know what I mean? I spend more time here than I do at home, to be fair. But yeah, it's just good people, and everyone's sort of similar minded. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's on a mission to do something. You don't sort of procrastinate here. You're always on with something.
Yeah. No, like you say, it's that classic boxing tale, isn't it? Of, you know, people from, you know, working class areas like we all are, and it just, you know, you can sometimes take the wrong turn. But boxing, you know, amateur clubs and local clubs are so important, aren't they, in the community? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Keep people, you know, a bit of discipline and a bit of change your outlook and stuff like that. But I definitely 100%. You know, just going back there, talking about like the pandemic and stuff, and you were 5-0. Like, do you ever think like, bloody hell, I could have been 10-0 now, or do you know what I mean, or 9-0 or something? Like,
yeah, I try not to think like that. To be fair, I just wind myself up. But yeah, like I said, it's the same for so many kids. So I can't say, oh, poor me, because we're all in the same boat, and it just means that when I do get going again, it's so much sweeter because I have to wait. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
All good things come to those who wait, don't they? So I've just got to be patient, ride it out, and then when I get going, go style.
I guess you want fans there and all. Do you know what I mean? You're obviously a popular lad from Hull and stuff. Like,
yeah.
You know, I'm sure you want people watching you. Do you know what I mean? And that goes with with people there, and not like an empty TV studio.
You know, the supporters deserve that as well. They haven't been able to do anything either. These hardcore boxing fans have had to sit at home watching the TV shows.
Yeah.
But they want to be there. They want to be seeing it for real. They want to be ringside. So
absolutely,
I want to be there, but they want to be there too.
Oh no, I'm missing it. Like it's been over a year now, obviously for us as well. You know what I mean? Our last one was a local show in Newcastle, so fingers crossed we hear stuff about like Ritson might be fighting in June, and maybe they could have fans there. Yeah. But you just don't know, do you? Just fingers crossed, I guess, like to get everyone back.
That's the one. It's out of our hands, isn't it? So we've just got to go with it.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, are you like a one fight at a time man, or do you sit there and think, you know, I've got my eyes on this or British title, maybe, you know, in the future, like, do you look far ahead, or is it just like easy?
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants that British title, don't they? It's the belt to have. I mean, there's no belt that looks like it, is there?
No, it's amazing.
That's the dream. But then you have got to take it one fight at a time. You can't look too far ahead because you've got to deal with what's in front of you. But we'll keep going at the pace we're going. We're developing, and who knows, maybe a central area title or something like that in the next year.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what route we take from there. But British title's the one, isn't it?
Central area would be good though, wouldn't it? Like, you know, that's.
Yeah, definitely, and that sets you up for better fights in the future. I mean, it's a good belt in itself, and it's usually the starting point for a lot of the bigger fighters.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good division as well in this country. Do you know what I mean? There is some good cruisers out there at the minute, isn't it? So
yeah, it's really heating up. There's a lot of good lads at the moment, where it's been sort of like a dormant division for years.
Yeah, it has. Yeah,
really much going on. There's a lot of exciting kids now. You know, I want to end up mixing it with them all. I want to get in there, get some good fights under my belt.
But you're in, like you said before, though. It's like, you get guided well, do you know what I mean? Like, you've got Sebastian there, you've got Steve Wood, you know, like you've got good people like guiding you the right way, do you know what I mean? Like,
I've got the right people behind me, and you know, the sort of people that have been with me from the start, and it's a journey. You know, we're all on it together, and you know, we're all learning together, and hopefully we'll all be earning together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's true. Like, you never know, you could be the one to bring the big nights back to Hull. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I hope so, yeah.
You've got that, man. We used to, you know, like I say, like Hull Ice Arena and all that. We've been there watching it, and they were mint nights. Do you know what I mean? For like Tommy Coyle, Venezuela, and all that.
It's been too long. I think the last one was at Craven Park years ago. I think.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, but it needs to come back. You know, the city's yearning for it, so someone's got to deliver.
That's it. It's like we say up here, like we didn't have it for years, and then it, you know, Matchroom or someone come to town, and it gives everyone a bit of a buzz. Do you know what I mean? And like,
that's it, yeah.
Gets the local lads on the undercards, stuff like that. But so you're back down Morecambe tomorrow, yeah? So
yeah.
Nice.
1 o'clock I was setting off, so.
And then just sort of
nice lie in and get myself
a nice lie in that, and then just see what the rest of the year brings, then, and hopefully just.
That's it, man. Yeah. Each day at a time.
Hopefully build on it and stuff. But we're there. We did have some questions for you, actually. 2 seconds. So we got some questions on Facebook there. Last minute, a question came through from a boxer from Hull, I think, called what's he called? Yeah, you might know him actually. Jimmy Bowe from Hull. Do you know?
Oh yeah, I went to school with a lad actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he said, questions for Sonny. Which fighters do you look up to and why?
Obviously, Usyk was the man at cruiserweight, so I like
wasn't
it.
he? Yeah.
Yeah. I like obviously I like all the heavyweights like White, Parker, Fury, them sort of guys. But like taking it back, Jack Dempsey, them sort of people. The classics. But
Good knowledge, good knowledge, eh?
I respect every fighter because I know what it takes to get in the ring. So and you can learn something from everyone. So any fighter, I like them all.
Good answer. Good. Sit on the fence there, mate.
Yeah.
He also said, what advice would you give to teenagers wanting to pursue a professional career in boxing?
Stick it out, basically. There's a lot of times when you think, oh, this is rubbish, this ain't gone right, and you have tough days in the gym. Then you have good days in the gym, but you've got to take the road with a smooth. And like I put on my Instagram today actually, but persistence prevails, and that it's not a true word said really, because if you stick around for long enough, something's going to happen, and that's the best advice I really could give is just wait it out, keep going, and then eventually one door will open. Do you know what I mean?
I think if any time, if you were going to bin it off, it would have been in the last year. Do you know what I mean? You could have been like sod this, and like we see it. You see it up here, like you see kids make the debut, and you see them maybe one more time, and you never see them again. And like, you ask people, like, "Oh, what happened to him?" It was like, nah, just you know what I mean, like going on the piss.
Yeah. Sometimes life gets in the way, and what
life gets in the way.
You just can't let it be like that. You just got to stick it out.
So, do you work alongside boxing as well, or is boxing your like?
I work at the gym.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I help out with stuff like food parcels and what have you. Help out with some of the younger lads, bit of youth worker sort of stuff.
That's good, isn't it? That's like.
I'm lucky, really, because I get to train and that. If I was working a 9 to 5, things would be a bit harder.
Well, that's it. Like you say, like that's part of the reason a lot of boxers like been off, don't they? Like life gets in the way, and money, money talks, and spend time away from like family and friends and stuff. But yeah, at least
that's it. Yeah.
I'll have to get myself down there, like when things open up.
Yeah, it's class place.
Next time Owen Ray comes down, I'm going to come down with him. I've got another comment here of Andy Wild. You might know him actually. He said, Sonny is a great lad. Bumped into him in Riga after Usyk v Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on the same flight as us. We've gone to watch that was the Usyk Brady's fight, and he was working on it with Spud.
Aye.
And we're just talking boxing, putting the world to rights, and sort of stayed in touch since. Lovely fella.
He said, cracking lad, and he's highly rated by the boss, Spud. So you went out there for the fight, yeah?
Yeah, gone to watch Usyk and Bradis. It's one of the best fights I've ever seen, to be fair.
Yeah, it was class fight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like elite level cruiserweights there, wasn't it? Just class.
Yeah, they went at it as well. It wasn't like a real long snoozing fight. It was the going hammer and tongs.
Was that just totally like as a boxing fan, like a boxing nut, like I need to go to Latvia to watch this type of thing?
Yeah, definitely. We go all over, to be fair, to watch all different fights. And first and foremost, I'm a boxing fan. Like, otherwise, I wouldn't be in the sport. If I didn't like the sport, it's not something I'd be doing.
Yeah.
So I like to still watch it as a fan, and then obviously you learn things as well.
That's good. That because I love talking boxing with people that are boxers, but know the boxing, and you know what I mean, and watch it Like Lewis is the same. Lewis Ritson, he watches a load, and he talks you through what's going on, and you just for someone who's not a boxer, like yourself, you learn a lot by talking to people. Do you know what I mean? And listening to people who are involved. But that's quite cool. That so, and I see on Twitter as well. You tweet your way through some fights and stuff like that. So yeah, you obviously watch a lot. You don't just switch off from.
No, passes a bit of time.
I always remember the McDonald's saying that. The two McDonald's were like, don't watch it. We're good at boxing, but we're just nah, rarely watch it. It's mad, that, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I won't understand it, but obviously there's something going right for them too. So
they've done all right for themselves. But no, honestly, mate. But I appreciate your time, and thanks for joining me. I wish you the best of luck as well.
Thank you for having us, mate. Honestly, I really appreciate it.
For the rest of the year and next day, keep us updated, keep in touch about future fights and stuff, and we'll be down.
Yeah, definitely.
And tell Seb as well. Thanks for sorting it.
I will do.
All right,
Thank
cheers,
you.
buddy. All the best, mate. Thank you.
I'll see you later, mate.
All right, bye.